When I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with one of the rarest cancers on earth. It's called synovial sarcoma, and it's a soft tissue cancer, which is why I now have an amputated arm. It's so rare that only like 1,000 cases are diagnosed per year. So when I was like 16, I'd say, I started experiencing my first symptoms. I had a pain in my arm and my hand, specifically from my elbow down. I really didn't think much of this at the time, but it ended up getting worse and worse and worse progressively over the years until by the time I was 18, I was pretty much non-functional as a person. I wasn't a person, I was just the embodiment of pain. I even ended up dropping out of college and moving back home because of it. When I was 19, I was finally sent off for an MRI by an orthopedic surgeon, and that MRI came back showing that I had a golf ball-sized tumor on the median nerve in my elbow. My tumor had grown so big that it had started to eat away at the nerve. So the first time around, I had 2 surgeries, one to go in and take the tumor out, which ended up coming back cancerous in pathology, and then another one to go back and clear up the margins, because with cancer, you have to make sure you get all of it. I also went through radiation, which literally made my skin peel off, so that was fun. And then I had a year of remission. Then at the year mark, my 1-year scans showed that there was new growth. Naturally, 2 traumatic biopsies later, the pathology came back showing that the growth was cancerous. This time around, I found out that chemo was going to be my best option. I went through chemo and then had another surgery, and that last surgery ended up leaving me partially paralyzed in my hand. My hair grew back, and I spent another good year and 3 months in remission, and I was finally starting to get my life back, right? Instead, I found a new lump. I was supposed to be undergoing a surgery that would hopefully restore some of the sensation in my hand, and instead, that surgery day ended up being rescheduled as a biopsy. With my good luck, I found out that it was indeed back again. This time around, things started to get pretty serious. Having several reoccurrences in the same area was a really bad sign, because with my kind of cancer, if it spreads to your lungs, then you're stage 4, and stage 4 with my cancer is terminal because it's considered essentially incurable. You can go into a period of no evidence of disease, but usually my cancer is very aggressive and that doesn't last long. So after 3 years of battling with this little bugger, I ended up undergoing a transhumeral amputation of my dominant arm. After undergoing that amputation, I had a few months of recovery, and then I had the discussion with my oncologist about whether or not I should move forward with another round of chemo. This time around, a cure wasn't promised, but to me, if there was even the slightest chance that it could help keep me in remission for longer or even permanently, then I would be a fool not to go forward with it. So I elected to do the chemo, and now I am in the middle of that, and I've had to watch my hair fall out for the second time. My eyebrows, my eyelashes, they're all going. My skin, it hurts. My mouth hurts. My nails are peeling up from their nail bed. But as of a few days ago, I am finished with my second cycle out of 3, so all I have left is 1 more inpatient week of chemo, and then hopefully I will be done with it forever. Interestingly enough, the kind of chemo that I'm on has a lifetime limit because of how cardiotoxic it is. After you receive a certain amount, your chance of congestive heart failure and stuff like that just goes way up, so they recommend that it's capped. I take a little bit of solace in knowing that I can't go through chemo again, or at least not this chemo, even if I wanted to. And I don't want to. Moral of the story is go get your little lumps checked out, guys. That sounded weird and gross. Go get your abnormal lumps checked out if you have any. And if the doctor tries to tell you that it's psychosomatic or that you just have anxiety, call me up and I'll handle the situation. I'm armed and ready.